On today's show, we have something that's unavoidable around this time of year, product launches, a tool that makes collecting and distributing testimonials for your customer an absolute breeze, and an answer to a question from a No BS Live TV viewer. Welcome to this week's episode of No BS Live. This is the place for prosperity online for you without all the bull. So I've been wanting to talk about product launches for some time now, and I figured now is as good a time as any other time. It might even be better, especially considering the fact that a lot of businesses launch new products around this time of year. But as we've seen over the past couple of years, there's a science to successfully launching a product, and it's important to get it just right. A failed product launch can be extremely costly to you. So I'm going to share a few things that you should do to avoid having the product launch from hell. Now, one, you want to find the right affiliates and get a lot of them. As a matter of fact, you've heard us talk about before, Matt Basak and I, about Super Affiliate Secrets. It might be a great place for you to actually go to or invest in the resource to learn how to get right affiliates. But you got to have the right affiliates, and you have to have as many of them as you can actually have. Now here's number two, and this is an important one. You want to pre-test the launch. You don't want to just give it to a bunch of affiliates and say, go ahead and promote it and then not convert. Pre-test it in advance to your own list. Learn the metrics on it, learn the conversions on it, see where things are working, see where things aren't working. Use your own list sort of as the test site, if you would, before you give it to your affiliates. Nothing is worse than giving it to your affiliates and then not converting the way you wanted to convert, and then trying to go back to those same people again and ask them to promote you again. So if you want to get the confidence out of your affiliates, you've got to have pre-tested stuff that works and test it with your own list. And number three, you want to decide if your launch is going to be a one-time launch or really my favorite kind, which is what I call an evergreen launch, whereas you can just create it and you can always plug in traffic. You can always go out and get more affiliates to send them to your launch process. That's the kind of launches I really like the best, which is the evergreen type of launches. So when you build out your launch, think in terms of how can I build this out where it can just be evergreen. Those are three big tips for you to make your launches more successful. So go ahead, get going with that. This week's S&D item is a service that I'm sure made a lot of business owners breathe a huge sigh of relief when it became available. It's called Testimonial Director, and it makes collecting testimonials from your customers and distributes them across the internet easier than you've ever dreamt before. Go ahead, just check out this video.
With Testimonial Director, we're making it fast and easy to get the rave reviews of your satisfied customers working for you to sell more. Let's start by looking how we can make it easy to get new testimonials. Imagine being able to send an email to a customer. They simply click on the link, come to your site, and leave you great information about how specifically you've helped them. And it's not just going to be about text. We're going to be able to automatically collect video feedback right from their webcam.
We couldn't be happier with the results. Our sales tripled in only 3 weeks using the product. I couldn't recommend this enough to anybody looking to improve their results. Thanks.
It couldn't be simpler to get that, and automatically all that's loaded into your account where you can go, you can classify it if you want to control where those testimonials appear. You can review all the information that's input, even that video. You can take that, download it, edit it. You can upload images. There's no shortage of things you can do to get great testimonial information. And when you're happy with it, you just click approved, and automatically it's going to be published to your website. And if you have existing testimonials, hey, you could enter them directly. Just type in the information from the testimonial, upload images and videos, and you're ready to go. And of course, it makes it easier to manage because now all your testimonials is at your fingertips. And you can even search by customer type or the product that they're talking about. Makes it so easy to find the information you need when you need it. And of course, we want to get these onto the website. So automatically, once they're approved, video, rotating text, and images, all those can be published immediately to your website without having to touch your website. So we make it fast and easy to keep that website up to date, which means we can move away from having just a standalone testimonial page. Now we can get the rave reviews of our customers, text, video, audio, nice effects all throughout the website, which is really going to drive new conversions. That's what it's all about, helping you sell more. So come visit us at testimonialdirector.com/GKIC for our special Glazer Kennedy Insider Circle offer. Thanks.
And this week's show is sponsored by Super Affiliate Secrets. And so if you're looking for two things, number one is how to find the best affiliates for you, and number two is how you could be great affiliates for other people, this is for you. Just go ahead onto the link on the side here and check it out. Now it's time for Ask Bill. That's me.
So you're probably thinking, hey, you're not Bill. Well, this week we received a great question from one of our viewers, and my dad asked me to come on the show and explain the answer for you today because it's a little bit more up my alley. So this week's question comes from Tracy Biebler from Seattle, Washington. She wrote, I'm having my first ever event next March and want to utilize the great new media and social media tools to fill the seats. What is the best way to use these great resources to fill my event? Well, that's a great question. There are a few ways that I would go about this. The first thing I would do is create an event page on Facebook. This gets the word out about the event. You can invite your friends and invite your fans and let them know that you are having this event. Another good thing about having the event page is that you can actually send email blasts directly to the inboxes of all of your friends and fans that you invite to the event page. And that's a great, useful marketing tool to fill the seats. Also, every time one of your friends attends or says that they're going to attend your event, it actually shows up in their feeds, which comes up on their friends' status feeds when they log into Facebook. So it's a great kind of viral marketing tool. Another thing I would do is use all these social media tools like Facebook, Twitter, maybe a web television show or email newsletter to draw traffic to your event website, or maybe even to a webinar where you sell them on the event. You could put articles in your e-zine and you can put articles in your blog, maybe from speakers going to be participating in the event to help draw traffic to your website. You could also feature your speakers on your web television show. You can do an interview with one of your speakers just like we do right here on OBS Live TV. So another thing I would do is I would use interesting status updates on your Facebook friend page and your Facebook profile to draw your friends and fans on Facebook to your event page. We actually did this last time for the Super Conference, and we generated an additional $14,000 in event registrations for the Super Conference. And you know, maybe that's not a lot compared to all the other revenue we bring in, but from going from $0 and maybe 2 minutes of time and making $14,000, I'd trade $0 and 2 minutes of time for $14,000 any day. So that was really effective for us, and it's probably something that you can try too. I would also create an online contest to get people involved and create hype about the event. Maybe you want to have a video contest where people create videos explaining why they're so excited to come to your event, or the number one thing that they're looking forward to learning, or why they really deserve to come to your event. And you can give away a free ticket to your event as the grand prize for winning. This will create a lot of hype and a lot of buzz about your event and help you get butts in the chairs. So Tracy, thanks for the question. Now, since you sent us something, it's only fair that we send you something in return. So I'm going to send you this week's Beat the Clock web deal of the week. Jessica, tell us what that is.
Hi there, this is Jessica bringing you this week's Beat the Clock web deal. Brand spanking new from Dan Kennedy and Chip Kessler comes the anticipated resource, Making Them Believe. Finally, you can discover how to put the 21 principles and lost secrets of 19th century renegade millionaire Dr. John Brinkley, who made millions selling goat testicle transplants, to work for your business purposes. Here's a quick sampling of discoveries waiting for you in Making Them Believe. The secret that all the top advertising strategists and copywriters use to lift the response to their work far, far above ordinary. 3 sources of marketing and money breakthroughs. What you must be willing to do often that most aren't. A 3-step formula for remaking your business into an irresistibly fascinating force. demonstrations of the psychology of urgency, how to boost immediate response, and many, many more. Beat the clock and invest in making them believe for 30% off before this offer disappears at 11:59 Eastern this coming Monday, and get free shipping too. Check the banner for more details.
Not a bad gift for having one of your questions answered. Well, if anyone else would like their question answered right here on No BS Live TV, just leave it in the comments, and if it's chosen, my dad will answer it in a future episode. You can also call your questions into us now. Just call 443-470-9025 and leave a clear message with your name and your question. And try to keep it short. All right, Dad, now it's back to you.
Well, that's it for another week's episode. But before I go, I've got my free gift for you for watching. This week, I'm giving you the New York Times bestseller, The 4-Hour Workweek by Timothy Ferriss. Now, if you haven't already read this book, you're probably working too hard. So go ahead, grab your copy now. Remember, these are only available in limited quantities and sent out on a first-come, first-served basis. All you have to do to get it is to cover the small shipping and handling charge of $5.95. So click on the banner in the sidebar and get yours now. And as an ethical bribe for those of you who are not Glazer Kennedy members, I'm going to go ahead and throw in 2 months of Glazer Kennedy's Elite Gold membership. Now, before we go, I want to wish you a very, very happy and prosperous holiday season. And I want to thank you for tuning in this week and every week in No BS Live TV. I'm Bill Glazer, and thanks for watching.